Hello, welcome to Monday Moose. I'm Graham Campbell. Happy bank holiday. Hope you're enjoying it so far. This week's Monday Moose, unfortunately there's no Sarah, but I'm going to focus entirely on social media today, so you'll be relieved there'll be no inane ramblings from me on trying to put my own take on current affairs or anything like that. It's just purely on social media, and to be honest, a little bit of a rant about a couple of things. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is really goes against the grain of a lot of social media advice that you'll have received as a business owner or even as a marketing expert within your own business. And it gets me a little bit frustrated because all the time you see blogs, you see the main advice about social media is your content has to be great. Great content works. It's content marketing, and the only way you're going to move forward is through producing great content. And to a massive degree, I do agree with that. But what that does is, I think that provides a bit of a paralysis in a lot of business owners, in a lot of small businesses in particular. And they sort of feel, well, I don't have the expertise. How do I find great content all the time, etc., etc. And so what tends to happen is they either don't produce anything at all, or they stop producing things, or they're looking for gems, for nuggets of content that have to be unbelievably spectacularly good before they'll put it on their social media. Now, that's great if you're achieving the volume doing that. So as ever, as in life, as in social media, there is a balance to be found. And when people say great content, I think there's an assumption that people think, oh, great. But really what they're saying is there's a barrier, there's a level that it's got to really be above. You don't want to be putting rubbish out, but you also need to make sure that you're achieving consistency and you've got a volume of content that people are actually going to see. If you were so focused on achieving the greatest content that you could possibly source as a small business owner, as a large business owner with a marketing team, sourcing the greatest content that was possible every single time you put a post out, on platforms like Twitter just wouldn't work for you, because you can't get away with just putting one tweet every day or one tweet every few days when you source these things or create these things. You need to be doing volume on those, and that applies to other platforms as well, maybe not in as quantity as Twitter, but it's one of the reasons why quantity really wins out on Instagram, and the balance is there between Instagram. The quality of content really does help, along with using hashtags really well, but you don't have to post as often as you do on Twitter, so you have to get these balances right. So as in life, it's about finding that balance that's right for you, right for your company, that's going to get you the exposure that you need, it's going to get you the reach that you need on social media, but equally is going to send a message out about the quality of your company and what you will invest in, basically. So find the balance and do it. Okay, don't hide and be paralyzed by the need for great content. So that's a little bit of a rant, because it does sort of go against the grain of it, but just think of it in terms of that. The other thing I want to talk about is just annoys me so much is Twitter has a logo that they changed in 2012, and I see the old logos everywhere on websites, on the back of vans, which to some degree I can understand. It is 4 years since they changed the logo, so if you've not traded in your van yet, yeah, you might still have the old logos, but shop fronts, leaflets, it's everywhere, this old logo. It's 4 years since Twitter changed their logo. To be honest, I find it a bit rude to Twitter, really, that nobody's updating it. If you are using an agency for your website or whatever, and they have put the incorrect logo on for Twitter, then you need to seriously have a word with it. Okay, it's 4 years since they changed it. I'm going to show you the correct logos at the background, and if your logos don't correspond to those ones, oh, I can't do that on here, can I? They'll be around. I'll show you. I keep thinking I've still got the green screen, and I haven't. We're at Moose Towers today. I'll show you the correct logos as part of this. Get those onto your website, get those onto your publicity material. Okay, nothing else will do. Which brings me to the last point. Okay, later this week on Thursday, Moose is officially 1 year old. We're going to be at the Love Local Expo at Accrington and Rosendale College. Please drop in and see us. We've got loads of birthday cake and I want to say cream buns. They're not that. Cupcakes. There we go. Cupcakes. For people that drop in to share in our birthday celebration. We'd love to see you, we'd love to have a chat. We've also got an offer coming up for back to school in September around training, where we will give you a one-to-one session followed by a classroom networking session into October. So look out for that. We'd love to see you at Accrington and Rosendale College on Thursday, and I'm sure you'll see all sorts going on over the week. That's it for Monday Moose. Hopefully we'll be back with Greenskin, maybe even Sarah, maybe even a special guest next week. Have fun. Bye.
Visit